Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review, first impressions, and demo of the new Urban Decay Shapeshifter palette. So Urban Decay actually sent these to me. They randomly showed up at my doorstep last week and I was freaking out. I know they are brand new and I was actually going to order them on the Sephora site last week. So I was really excited that I got both shades so I can show you guys the comparison with the light to medium and the medium to dark kit. But anyways, before we get started, if you're new to my channel, then welcome to my channel. Make sure before you leave, you do not forget to subscribe down below. That way you're notified for future videos from me. I do post twice a week. So I post on Sundays and Wednesdays, and then I throw in some bonus videos in here and there. But yeah, I'm very excited to bring this like first impressions type review to you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you the box that it came in. And it says UD gives good face. And this came with so many different things. I was so excited when it came in. So they did get a little bit broken as far as the packaging in transit, but this is everything from the new collection. So you have the shape shifters. You have the new brush that is specifically made for the shape shifters. You have the Velvetizer, which is a mix-in medium. Then you have the Illuminating mix-in medium. And then the last thing is an Illuminizer pressed powder. Okay, so here's the packaging and it says Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter. On the back it has the colors of the contour powders and creams. So you have two different ones. You have a light medium and a medium dark. And before we put it on, I just wanted to show you guys the packaging before I dirty everything up. So here's what the packaging looks like. Really pretty. It's also very compact, so it'd be really great for traveling. And then when you open it up, it actually has two sides. So here are the colors of the light medium, and then here are the colors of the medium dark. And here's what these look like side by side, just so you can kind of see a comparison. Okay, so for me, even though I'm a little bit tan right now, I think this would be a lot better than the darker one on me, because the darker one is actually really dark, which I think is great that they came out with different colors for different skin tones. So I'm going to go into this one right here, which is the contour shade. And it does have a very gray undertone. I'm gonna put a headband on really fast, that way my hair doesn't get in the way. I mean, just like applying it, it does look like it's kind of like blending pretty easy. Okay, so just looking at it in the mirror, it does look like it went on very even. It doesn't look patchy at all, and I'm going to blend this out. I'm not just going to leave it like this. But now I'm going to go into the darker shade, and I'm going to take this lighter color underneath my eyes just to kind of brighten up everything. And I don't love like a super bright under eye. That's why I went into the darker palette. But yeah, everything seems to be blending out pretty well. And I also love that the mirror is double-sided, so you can use this mirror. Now that's on, I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and I'm just going to kind of pat everything in. Make sure everything's nice and blended. And you definitely want to make sure on the top you get this top part really blended in, that way we don't look crazy. Okay, then I'm going to go in with the cream highlight, and here's what that looks like. I'm just going to kind of like dab it with my finger. I personally don't like love fan brushes. That's why I'm not using the other side of that brush. Okay, now to set everything. So I do really like that they have kind of like a bronzier color in here, and then you have more of a contour shade. So I'm going to first go in with the contour type shade on a Wayne Goss brush. Whoo! Pigment. And I'm just kind of setting everything in place. Kind of go underneath the chin. And then I'm going to go in with the lighter powder to set underneath my eyes. Oh, I really like that lighter powder. And I'm gonna go in really quick with a blush, and then I will set the highlighter. Then I'm gonna go in with this highlighter right here. Ooh. Wow, that is really pretty. I really like this highlighter. So then I'm going to go back in with a little bit of the bronzier shade right here and just kind of like buff everything in. Okay, I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back to give you guys first impressions, and I'm going to swatch every shade in these two palettes. Okay, now let's go through all these and I'm going to give you guys my opinion, give you guys the price, let's swatch everything. So the first things, of course, in this collection are the Shapeshifters, which we just tried out. They did actually include this little information sheet, that way I can give you guys a little bit more information on it. So it says it's a 3-in-1 complexion palette that provides everything you need to contour, color correct, and highlight. One side contains powders, 3 for contouring, 1 pearl shade for highlighting, and the other holds a cream, 2 for contouring, 2 for color correcting, and then 1 for highlighting. Available in 2 colorways that span the complexion spectrum, light medium and medium to dark. Naked Skin Shapeshifter has everybody covered. So we will start with the lightest shade. Again, I think this is really great for travel because it is very like compact. And here are the shades in the light medium. Okay, so here are the 4 shades for contouring and color correcting. And then here, of course, is the highlight shade. And here these are swatched on the hand. It's really crazy because they dry so fast. It's so weird to me. They basically glide on like a cream, but then they almost dry to like a powder finish. And like once they're on, like I'm just kind of like going over and rubbing my hand. They do stay in place really good. So what I would suggest doing is kind of like starting on one side and then buffing everything in and then going on the other side. But yeah, the texture is just like different than anything I own in my collection as far as like the cream finish. It's really, really different. And I put a little bit more on just so you can see, but there are those shades swatched. And that is for the light palette. You guys definitely have to go in store and swatch these because like I said, they just feel way different than anything I've felt before. Here are the 4 shades of the powders. And as you can see, they are pigmented. Very pigmented. Okay, so here are the 4 powders swatched on the hand. So this one to me is more like a bronzy shade. Then you have your contour, your powder for like under eye setting, and then your highlight. And again, that is the medium light kit. Then you have the dark medium kit. And I love that this one comes with like a very dark orange for color correcting under your eyes. Okay, so here are the 4 shades for the cream contour and color correcting shades. I really love that they did go pretty dark, especially with the contour shade. That way you have something for everybody. And then here is the shade for highlighting. And the highlight shade in the dark one is actually more of like a gold shade. But there are the 4 colors swatched. Again, this formula is just so different to me because you really start out as a cream, but then it dries so fast and it dries like a powder. Okay. Sorry, I'm just amazed. So again, there are the shades in the medium dark palette. Okay, here are the 4 powders, and oh my gosh, this highlighter is so gorgeous. And then there are these 4 shades swatched. Very, very pigmented. There's not one shade in this palette that to me is like, kind of mediocre as far as pigment. They are all very pigmented. And then of course, here is a close-up. These are the medium dark powders. And then those palettes retail for $45. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts at the very end. Okay, next thing in the collection is the Urban Decay Pro Contour Shapeshifter brush. And this brush retails for $39, and it was specifically developed to use with the Shapeshifters. It says it has a dome brush on one end for contouring, color correcting, and blending, plus a large fan brush for highlighting. So here's what that looks like, and again, that is the Contour Shapeshifter brush. Okay, the next thing that you have is the Urban Decay Velvetizer, and this sounds so neat. It's a mix and medium, so you can mix it in with your foundation to kind of like add coverage or give your skin like a velvety feel, and you also can use it as like a translucent powder. So here is the packaging, and it is actually velvet packaging, which I thought was neat. And when you open it up, the shifter is actually imprinted UD. Woo! I grabbed a lot. So there's what that looks like. It's just like so finely milled. and it has like the most different texture to it. It definitely makes your skin feel like, I don't know, like very soft and velvety, I guess you would say. So I'll have to like try that out and maybe do a test with mixing it in with my foundation. But as far as what it says, again, it's for an extra blown out finish. Mix in a dime size of this translucent mix in medium into the Naked liquid makeup or the Naked One and Done to create an extra velvety feel, a beautiful matte finish and added coverage. It doubles as a finishing powder when you use it alone, setting your makeup for a flawless finish. So I like that you can use this in more ways than one. You can mix it in with your foundation. You can set your face with it. It does feel like it would keep you very, very matte, because as soon as you put it on your hand, like your hand just automatically looks matte, like no glow at all. Okay, next thing in the collection is the Naked Skin, the Illuminizer. So I love the packaging on this. It has Naked on the front, and then when you open it up, here's what the powder looks like. It does have a UD engraved. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that with these lights because they're kind of bright. And then you lift it up and it comes with a little compact as well. So this basically says, show up with a sophisticated glow. Like the name suggests, the translucent press beauty powder instantly illuminates, giving skin a radiant look. It's a universal translucent shade that works for any skin tone from pale to deep. Apply all over the skin or layer in areas that you want to highlight. So there is on the finger, and here it is swatched. I mean, I personally don't know if this would work for darker skin tones, honestly. I mean, I would have to test that out. I mean, let me see if I can put it on maybe my forehead. Yeah, you see it definitely, it does give a glow once you have it on. It didn't look so glowy on my skin. Sorry, this is like a hot mess. I'm putting this stuff all over my face. But I don't know if it would work for like super, super dark skin tones. But it's supposed to have like a little bit of a glow. This isn't like a highlighter. It doesn't have any kind of like glitter shift to it. It's more of just like a glowy setting powder. This retails for $34. Okay, and then the very last thing from this collection is what I'm really excited about. This is a liquid illuminating mix-in medium. And here's what the packaging looks like. Oh, the dropper doesn't seem to be working. Kind of has like a different feel to it. It's a little bit thicker, but it looks really pretty. Look how pretty that is. Does it say you can put it on top? It says apply on top of foundation to highlight. So I'm not going to put this on since I do have a powder, but yeah, I cannot wait to mix this in. It does have like a thicker consistency, and you could probably mix it into your foundation to give your skin like an overall just glow. So there is that right there. And this retails for $32. So there's that up close and personal swatched. Okay, so overall thoughts on this collection. I feel like Urban Decay has just been knocking out so many like new collections, new items, and I think it's really great. I really love the shapeshifters. I think that you can really build the coverage up. You can sheer it out if you want to with the creams, but I love that they kept in mind that this is like a contour palette. So especially like the contour shade in the light palette, it's very contoury. It has that gray undertone that's really going to create a shadow. Some companies I feel like make the shades more bronzy. So I really love that they kept in mind that we want a shadow. We want to create depth in our face as far as the contour. I love the different shades. I think this is just so perfect for light skin tones. I feel like sometimes companies come out with light skin tone contour palettes and they're too dark. I really think, especially if you're really, really fair, that this is going to look absolutely gorgeous. And then again, with the darker palettes, I love that they really went dark with it. So you have really light shades all the way to super dark shades, which I think is great because they kept in mind any skin tone. These are going to be awesome for traveling. They are super thin, super compact. And for $45, you are getting a lot. You're getting 5 different cream shades. You have color correcting, you have contouring, you have highlighting, and then you almost have kind of like a bronzing color in the powder side with another contour set, under eye setting powder, and a highlight. So I love the variety that you're getting in these, especially for the price tag of $45. I know, for instance, Natasha Denona just came out with a contour and highlight, and even though it's humongous, it's like $90. So if you've been really wanting to get a contour and highlighting set and you wanted to do creams and powders, I think this is a really great set for a great price. First impressions, I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit more, but it did blend out really nice. I love the color selection. I love the highlight. For the other stuff, I can't really give you a basic opinion right now because I haven't personally used them, but I think the Velvetizer is a neat idea. And as far as the brush goes, I personally don't really prefer double-sided brushes because I do like to store my brushes like standing up. So for me, I don't go for these brushes if I was going to go purchase them, and I don't really like fan brushes. So for me, I don't think this would be worth it. But if you're looking at the shapeshifters, I definitely think they would be worth it. So pros, cons, pros of these palettes, because this review is really geared toward these. I love that they're travel friendly, compact. You have a double-sided mirror, so they really thought about convenience when they made these. You're getting a lot of variety. They blend out, and they're so cool as far as like the powder feel to them, even though they're creams. I just cannot get over the powder feel. And then for cons, you may not use every single color if you don't need to color correct. Like let's say you have a really great skin, you don't have under eye circles, then maybe the color correcting side isn't a big plus for you. But other than that, I think the shades are really pretty. I do love that they complement every skin tone. I don't think that the cream highlighter is like where I would love it to be. It didn't like wow me. It just kind of was like, me, you know what I mean? But I did really like the powder highlighter, so it made up for it. Yeah, overall, I really do like these. And I would say if you've had your eye on them, I would recommend getting them. First impression wise, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm sure these could possibly end up in my favorites videos. But yeah, anyways, I love you guys. I hope this was helpful seeing swatches. Let me know what you guys think about these palettes. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.